And then the next stage is called Gyan. I mean, knowledge. I understand even more that the game of being good and being generous to enjoy the things of this world, it's always followed by suffering. Even if I get the things that I want in this life, I lose them and I suffer. And then you get this next spiritual level where it's kind of like you become withdrawn. I'm not going to play that game anymore.
Mm.
I don't want to be vulnerable to that. I don't want to be vulnerable to anything. I want to just be removed from it all and just like and just like
Cut myself off.
yeah. And and now
And we vacillate a lot. That we ping pong back and forth between I want to enjoy the world, I want to renounce the world. I want
because
to enjoy the world, I want to renounce the world.
because neither of them is fully satisfying, right?
The I'll never fall in love again. Who sang that song?
Is it I know who wrote it. Was it Burt Bacharach?
Oh, really?
Maybe the Carpenters or something. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, that's the thing. We try to indulge it. We get our heart broken. We back off. Never again. Never again. Never again. But I'm so lonely. I got to do it again.
Yeah, that's it playing out like a ping pong ball, but it could also play out over the course of lifetimes, where like you take birth as like a Gyani yogi, and you're just kind of like, I'm not of this world. I want to walk away from it, but there's something that you're still worried about being vulnerable about. That ontologically, that eternally, there's a power greater than myself, and if that power isn't kind and compassionate and sweet and loving and satisfying, then I'm really stuck. I don't know if I can even open my mind up and my heart up to that possibility.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Live from Veda Yoga in Culver City, California. This is Wisdom of the Sages, a spiritual podcast with your host, Raghunath, and co-host and senior educator at the Bhakti Center in New York, Kaustubha. Welcome to the show. Today is Friday, August 1st, Mara's birthday, 2025, and this is episode 1649. Welcome to the show, Miss Mara. Come here, get your
face in here. Come in the middle.
Come in the middle. Come here. So there's two types of people, Kaustubha. People who are like always deflecting, never let you know when their birthday is. And you're like 2 days later, and then they're like, yesterday was your birthday? They don't tell you. And then there's me who was like, hey, 2 weeks from now, letting you know in advance. I thought Mara would be one of those first people. She's not. She likes her birthday being recognized.
I do like it to be acknowledged.
She does.
I tried to buy her a gift today. She just wouldn't accept anything. I was like,
she needs a thing. She has so no material desire.
Yeah, part of bhakti is also not just giving, but learning how to receive, Mara.
Mara, you must receive sometimes.
Prabhu.
Okay, any ideas of feelings or realizations at 43?
I'm just feeling grateful to be in the association of so many wonderful, loving friends and family.
That's nice.
We love you. Appreciate you.
Okay.
We went to Erewhon today for
Erewhon.
That's like the
that's that fancy place.
That's the Whole Foods on steroids.
Okay.
Where you can go in there with $300 and walk out with a smoothie and a banana.
No wonder you don't eat anything.
It's like, what happened? You don't even know the superfoods we put in this thing. It's like tree bark and
diamond dust.
Anyway, it's good.
Okay. But now, what do we do now?
So now what do we do? You got some, we're here for this Ratha Yatra festival. It's the festival of the chariots. Bring your kids. Totally kid-friendly, fun festival in Santa Monica, Venice Beach. We're going to remember Wisdom of the Sages, Kirtan going on the whole time. And we get to meet the Wisdom of Sages people. All three of us are staying at the temple in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And it's great. You just see people we never met walking up and say, oh, Wisdom of Sages.
Yeah.
Expanding the family. That's how I feel.
And also seeing people we haven't seen in years too.
Reconnecting with people. Hopefully creating new offspring, if that makes sense.
Creating new offspring.
Well, I mean, meaning new. That's not the right word. Word is getting new people, expanding the family without having offspring, I guess. Expanding the family. That's what I meant to say.
Spawning.
Spawning, perhaps. Having a litter.
Okay. Oh, we got someone giving birth today too.
And we're dead serious about that.
Yes.
And
Should
hopefully,
we do that? Should we do the announcements first, maybe?
yeah, that's such a weird thing to say. We have somebody giving birth today. And they're right here. Bring her on.
Mara.
Well, for the record, it's her due date, but I don't know that she's actually going to be giving birth
It's
today.
fascinating that they could pick a date and that's the day that you give birth. It's pretty, and it's not all the time, but it's
indicating
That it's not.
that it might not be, but
it may not
might
be today.
be. It might be,
I was hoping to
Right?
share my birthday with Carly's babe.
right? Well, if it's a C-section, yeah. Then they schedule it. In LA, they schedule it. I know the deal here. You're like, when are you giving birth? At 8:45 tomorrow morning.
Will you squeeze it in before the podcast?
Are we doing a show tomorrow?
No, we're
No.
not.
No show tomorrow. Okay.
No shows.
It's on Monday morning, right?
No.
Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah, Monday morning.
Yes, Monday morning at
5 a.m. here, 8 a.m.
Right.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. 8 a.m. Eastern time on Monday is the next show.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Well, if you're in the California area, we hope to see you. Kaustubha's giving class tonight, and I'm giving a class tomorrow here at Veda Yoga on La Cienega. And looking forward to Kumi's. I tell you something about Kumi,
Yeah.
who's the head hunchess here.
Mhm.
She's an empowered person. You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yes, we have a live group here, all Kumi students. She's an empowered person, incredibly focused on service to God and others, and I'm always impressed every time I come here.
Let's hear it for Kumi.
Let's hear it for Kumi, Harry Ball. Harry Ball. All right, so we're gonna get into a nugget.
Are we going to
first.
check in with Carly before she gives
Want
birth?
to check in with Carly? Yeah, Carly. Where's Carly? We're gonna unmute you, my dear. Carly's been with us to India. She's been to us with Nepal,
Italy.
and she's been to us with Italy. In Italy, you've been a super soul. How are you, Carly? You're all the way up in what? Nome, Alaska, Anchorage, Alaska.
In Anchorage, yeah. Haribo, good to see you guys.
Haribo, how are you?
Good. I wish I was there. Actually, California is kind of my neck of the woods since it's on the west, even though it doesn't seem like it. Since I live in Alaska, but we do come down for LA Ratha Yatra, so wish I was there with you guys.
Well, you're one
But
of
I
those.
wasn't supposed to be having a baby today.
Well, if you have the baby today, maybe you could make it down for
Tomorrow.
Sunday.
Tomorrow, yeah, by the festival.
Yeah, no more excuses. But I will say this, Carly, you're one of these people that bring a good attitude wherever you go, and it's fun to witness. She's just got a good attitude. She's a good, never a downer, always lifting people up. And when you have that in the material world, it works good for life. It's a lubricant for life and relationships and friendships and business even. When you have it in spiritual life, it is like the fast track.
Yeah.
And we just appreciate you, part of our community.
Thank you. I feel like being a part of this community has prepared me more for motherhood and pregnancy.
yeah.
And
Now, this is your first baby?
first baby, and I'm so glad that I found Bhakti before before I'm having this baby.
Well, new mothers are like, wow, this is great. Now I get to read little Krishna stories to the baby. Baby gets a little older, you'll dress them up like a little cowherd girl or whatever it is. People get all excited. Krishna moms.
I think
all
you get excited. You sound pretty
I'm
excited.
very excited. When I have my little babies, are you kidding? You know what I do with my little daughter? I just put her right in the Los Angeles altar. In
Right.
front of Lord Chaitanya, put her right on the altar.
Here.
She was like 3 days old. I was like, my Lord, she is yours. Do with her as you like.
Nice.
She fell in the hundi. No, I'm just kidding. Hundi's the money box. She did not do that. But yeah, whenever I get worried about her, now she's 20. Whenever I get worried about her, I said, my Lord, I gave her to you. I cannot worry. You take her.
You take care of it. Oh, that's
In your hand.
keep that in mind, Carly. It takes a lot of pressure off.
You just give that baby right to the deities. You think about that.
How are you
Advice.
feeling?
I feel really good. Still feeling great, comfortable, but
Okay.
getting excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Anyway, we want to hear all about it when you
Great.
deliver this. Do you have a name? Are you allowed to say the name? Is that good
We
luck
don't
apparently?
have a name fully picked yet, but I think we're gonna do the actually, Raghu, I think you mentioned this once on the show. We're gonna do the Sanskrit middle name with the Western first name.
Yeah,
Okay.
people seem to like that. You know, like, Larry Rom.
That's it, actually.
Larry Rom. Use it. You can keep that. Except it's a girl. Oh, it's a boy. It's a boy.
This
Larry
boy.
Rom. There you go. You keep that.
Well, we're here with you, Carly. We're
Thank
thinking
you.
about you and praying for you, for
Get-
all of you.
Get your husband and get the stopwatch going and find out exactly the time so the astrology can be right on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's already been given that.
Oh, there he
directive.
is.
There he is. Hey, good to see you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're a big part of this.
Yes.
And when I say a big part, I mean you're the one going to be in the corner, nervous, crying while she's delivering. Just kidding. That was what I did. That was what I did by assisting the birth. Congratulations. Good luck to both of you. Your whole family's blessed. And check back in with us in a couple days when you feel up to it, okay?
Okay. Righty, well,
You're
thank
in
you
the
all.
whole community's prayers right now.
Send us some baby photos.
Yeah, little Larry Rom.
All right, Carly.
All right. We have a nugget. Miss Mara, dive in here.
You gonna come in the middle again?
Come in the middle, Mara. Yeah.
Yes.
Today
like
is
the-
your magical day, Miss
Feels like we're in
Mara.
a confection oven over here.
I know.
It's hot.
I feel like
hot air.
I
pumping
feel like
down.
we're doing this in a hot yoga studio, and I don't know why we have to do a hot podcast. It's the latest thing, hot podcasts.
All right, Mary, what you got?
All right. Our nugget today comes from Madeleine L'Engle.
Oh, and what is she famous for?
A Wrinkle in Time. She's the author.
Road, Wrinkle, and Time.
Yeah.
You
I
read
loved
it.
that book when I was younger.
Tell us about it.
I don't remember it so well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like it left a deep impression.
Yeah, it really moved you. It changed your life.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
I just remember enjoying it.
All right. Apparently she's like, it's like science fiction, but she also has like kind of a Christian kind of spiritual thing going on or something.
Yeah. I should reread it as an adult.
Okay.
Actually, I'd probably get a lot more out of it than
Well,
I
her
did.
quote was pretty interesting. So why don't we go there?
Let's see what you got here. Mary, you read it.
Yeah.
She writes, "To love is to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And it is only in vulnerability and risk, not safety and security, that we can overcome darkness."
Read that again.
To love is to be vulnerable. And it is only in vulnerability and risk, not safety and security, that we overcome darkness.
Raghunath, what are your thoughts?
You know, I hear it. It hits me how much of life I spend with armor on, protective gear, right? Like I think I'm protecting myself, but avoiding pain, avoiding rejection, avoiding loss. And it's that very armor that keeps out the love, right? And the vulnerability feels scary because then it's like you've lost control. You've lost your armor. You've lost your protection. But real love or real connection doesn't happen when we're locked away. It happens, in our own little fortress, And it's not just about relationships with other people. This goes deeper. It's like our relationship with God, our vulnerability to even approach God. We've got to be vulnerable. And sometimes we hear about the most beautiful times, not just in sacred literature. Sometimes we hear about it in the lives of people that we love. Sometimes we hear about it in our own life. We experience in our own life when we are the most vulnerable, like when we are in such a destitute position, we can like really reach out and we can really call out. If I think I got
That's
my
a
whole
fact.
act together,
Yeah.
I'm not going to call out with great emotion.
Mhm.
There's a Bhagavatam verse that says something like that too. When your
Yeah,
person's
Queen Kunti.
feeling themselves
Queen Kunti.
very, very strong and very, zipped up and very perfect, you can't call with with a soft, sincere heart. I was telling you, this very, very sweet guy was really down and out. I met him in San Francisco
night, or,
the other night. I
nice
played in
to-
San Francisco, and he said to me, I was about to go on stage. He said, I was going to take my life tonight. And everybody in San Francisco sort of looked a little disheveled. That's sort of a San Francisco look, I think, in the punk scene. But he was little extra disheveled. And he goes, but I really love your band. I really wanted to see your band, and someone paid for me to come tonight. That mood of like, he was like destitute.
Yeah.
The feeling of destitute. And I just embraced him. I said, "Oh man, you're just going through something right now. I mean, things are going to turn around. Just let's talk after the show." And I just went and played a show. And I saw him outside, and he lost his job. He's been on the streets for like a couple years. He just got beat up on the street while he was sleeping, so he can't sleep anymore on the streets. And it's like he's like, I don't drink, I'm not on drugs. I'm not, I'm not mentally unstable. I'm just struggling living on the streets. And he was just and I was leaving at the time, like driving away, and then I saw him, and I called him over, and I just had this like exchange, and I said, "This is the time you got to really reach out to God and say, what next? What do you want me to do next? I've got nothing except you." Right? It almost seems like in that way we can actually get some direction. Because if we barge in, you can't barge into God, because God's world is a world of intimacy. When we love someone in this world, we let down our guard. And if we have a person that we love, hopefully we share everything with them. We can't keep secrets from them. And they say, we're as sick as our secrets. To the degree that I'm hiding stuff, I can't even have peace of mind anymore. So, yeah, it's not just a good thing. This vulnerability is a necessity for healthy relationships in this world and in a metaphysical or spiritual realm as well. Krishna doesn't want to have you barge into his very intimate camp with this arrogance. You've got to come in very humble and very meek, and then he embraces. And it's that humility and that honesty that invites God into our life. And it's the arrogance that pushes away God, pushes away truth, and pushes away direction. What do you think?
I like where you're going. I was thinking that there's some ontological, like on a big scale. Like I like that you took it there. That because we might, I think a lot of people can understand that in love there's necessarily a vulnerability, and I think, I mean, people are so much into talking about relationships, and you got podcasts about relationships and magazine articles about relationships, and I think they hit that topic of if someone is being guarded, then they never really open up, and sometimes they never really open themselves up to love. And it seems like a relationship is going somewhere, and then it never quite get there because the person is not willing to be. I've been hurt before. I'm not going to open myself up to be hurt again. And then that's the end of the line. Then we're never going to take this further, deeper. But I like the fact that you took it to this like kind of broader ontological level, because I think the same kind of dynamic plays out. And I think the teachings of Bhakti understand it and explore it better than anything that I've seen in the broader yoga world or in different spiritual traditions. But because they're spelling it out, they're saying like, in one sense, we're all like everything's right there for us. Love is there for us, security is there for us, happiness is there for bliss, but we're kind of turned away from it. And we're moving through this world like it's a playground for us. And on the lowest stage, we're just like saying, my goal is to enjoy this world. I don't see anything behind it. I'm not even considering that. I don't see there's any power greater than me. I'm just here to, in a sense, exploit it to whatever level I can for my own enjoyment. And then the Vedas come and they teach you, hey, take that step for that. They call that V-karma, right? Take it to the step of karma. Karma means there's laws for everything that you do. There's some response for it, right? And if you understand this, you can begin to behave in this world in harmony with nature, in harmony with the sun and the moon and the rivers and the gods and goddesses that are behind them, recognizing that everything, this is a higher level of knowledge, right? Everything that I receive in life is a gift that's been given to me. Let me appreciate that. Let me show some appreciation and gratitude, and let me try to live harmoniously, in tune with the law, being kind to others, being generous. And if I do that, the way that the law works, now I'm in harmony with the universe, and I'm enjoying more than I was before. And then the next stage is called Gyan. I mean, knowledge. I understand even more that the game of being good and being generous to enjoy the things of this world, it's always followed by suffering. Even if I get the things that I want in this life, I lose them and I suffer. And then you get this next spiritual level where it's kind of like you become withdrawn. I'm not going to play that game anymore. I don't want to be vulnerable to that. I don't want to be vulnerable to anything. I want to just be removed from it all and, just like, and just like,
cut myself off.
yeah. And now,
And we vacillate a lot. That we ping pong back and forth between I want to enjoy the world, I want to renounce the world.
Because-
I want to enjoy
yeah.
the world, I want to renounce the world.
because neither of them is fully satisfying, right?
You know, the I'll never fall in love again. Who sang that song?
Was it I know who wrote it. Was it Burt Bacharach? But
Oh,
it was
really?
maybe the Carpenters or something. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, that's the thing. We try to indulge and we get our heart broken. We back off. Never again. Never again. Never again. But I'm so lonely. I got to do it again.
Yeah, that's it playing out like a ping pong ball, but it could also play out over the course of lifetimes, where like you take birth as like a Jnani yogi, and you're just kind of like, I'm not of this world. I want to walk away from it, but there's something that you're still worried about being vulnerable about. That ontologically, that eternally, there's a power greater than myself, and if that power isn't kind and compassionate and sweet and loving and satisfying, then I'm really stuck. I don't know if I can even open my mind up and my heart up to that possibility. And I think how this ties into what we're reading in Bhagavatam right now. We're going to read some verses. If people haven't been following along with us, they're going to sound like crazy verses, right?
Sometimes they sound a little crazy.
They sound pretty wild. Because little Krishna was just born. He's 5 years old. This beautiful woman walks in there, but she's actually like
A witch.
a witch in disguise,
Actually a witch.
shapeshifter.
I'm not just being like, she's a witch. She's a witch. She's actually a witch.
and she's determined to kill Krishna.
Yes.
And she's poisoned her own breast, and she's going to offer her breast to the little baby. And he's very tuned to exactly what's happening, even though he's only 5 years old. And he manages to just kind of suck the prana right out of her, right? Suck the life right out of her. And
Did a little pranayama on her bosom.
yeah. And then she dies. And then all the people are coming running forward.
Well, she dies and she's
revealed.
She's revealed as
Yeah.
a witch. She becomes this beastly, monstrous.
Yeah. And so we'll read a little bit about that wild scene. But then there's going to be some verses, and these verses are really important. And I think in the next couple chapters, it goes back to a famous verse about exactly what they're going to talk about. Is that it's said that because she came to Krishna as a mother, right? Because she came, there's something in her. There's something where she said, okay, here you go, right? And the idea was that Krishna didn't only kill her, but he gave her liberation, right? That soul found, but it wasn't only in her case, it wasn't because she came in such an intimate way. She was given a very special, eternal position, you could say, right? And if Krishna is willing, it's said that this is shared here in this most important text to show that if we have some ontological hesitation to open up our heart to love, thinking that that powerful being may be cruel or maybe callous or maybe, little Krishna was trying to find anything to give her so much. Like he ignored all the bad. You came here to kill me.
Right. That's pretty bad.
And he tried to find some little good. You came like a mother.
Right.
So I'm gonna treat you like a mother.
Feeling bad, but you came like a mother. Good.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you the credit for good.
And he gives her incredible credit for it. And so later we hear that the sages, these yogis up in the mountains, they think about this because these are people that are, our minds go into so many silly places in the course of the day and so many inconsequential things or so many.
If you could only peer into my mind.
But these are sages that are like, their minds are going into these deep spiritual places, like steadily. And they find this the most fascinating thing, that when you get to the core of all existence and you find that divine consciousness behind it all, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's something where you should be opening up your arms and running full speed at. because this consciousness is so sweet and so kind and so loving and so generous. Don't be afraid to love. Don't be afraid to open up your heart to that divine love, which is the pinnacle of all yoga practice. Don't like harden yourself to it, soften yourself to it, open up to it. That'll play out in here. So although these verses may sound a little crazy, we'll get to that point, and hopefully it'll speak to us.
Very good. Thank
All
you.
right, ready?
Let's dive into this.
All right.
Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narotamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayat. Before we started the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, which is our merry means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and to Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayesha bhadreshu nityam bhagavat sevaya bhagavad utama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. By regular attendance to class in the Bhagavatam, and by rendering service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart will become eradicated, and loving service to the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, will be established as an irrevocable fact. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance. My teachers are opening my eyes. With the torchlight of knowledge, I offer my obeisances at their lotus feet. Okay. Reading for the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 6, Text 31. Meanwhile,
so the witch is dead.
Ding dong.
The baby was crawling on it, and everyone came running, picked up baby Krishna, brought him back into the house, I assume, maybe not, and started doing all these little rituals to
bless the baby. It seemed like the
baby
baby was in great danger. Of course, Krishna's never in danger.
Yeah, but they saw it that way.
They saw, oh my God, my little boy, my little child. They're all covered by Yoga Maya. They think that Krishna is a child. They don't even understand Krishna, his actual position. Right. So meanwhile,
so that was all the ladies who were with the baby, but his father with a bunch of the men had gone into town, and they're coming back right now, not knowing all that had transpired.
Okay. Now, meanwhile, all the cowherd men, headed by his father, Nanda Maharaj, returned from Mathura when they all saw the gigantic body of this witch, Putana, lying dead. They were all struck with wonder.
What is that?
His father, Nanda Maharaj, and all the other cowherd men exclaimed, "My dear friends, you must know that Vasudeva has become a great saint or a master of mystic power. Otherwise, how could we have foreseen this calamity?
How could he have foreseen?
How could he have seen this calamity and predicted it to us?" So Vasudeva,
when they were back in the city in Mathura,
he warned them, "You better go back. Trouble's ahead."
He said, "Don't spend too much time here. I think you go back. Something may be going on." He said like that. And in the commentary, Prabhupada is going to be writing like, Nanda Maharaj was like a simple man. Vasudeva knew this because he was more politically minded. You know, he could read the political signs that Kamsa is going to be afraid that a child's going to be born that's going to be his enemy. He's going to try to have it killed. This kind of stuff has been going on for some time. He had just like the practical political knowledge of it. But Nanda is like he lives out in the country.
Yeah.
And he's thinking he must be like a real mystic to be able to predict this. No, he didn't predict it. You know, he could read the writing on the wall.
Yeah. The inhabitants of Braj, that's the area of Vrindavan, cut the gigantic body of Putana into pieces with the help of axes. That's a little gruesome.
I told you there were going to be some interesting verses.
They then threw the pieces far away, covered them with wood, and burnt them to ashes. A little macabre. Is that what the word is? Macabre. What do you call it?
No idea what you're talking about.
Macabre. Thank you, Mara. Kaustubha just made me feel like a real dum-dum.
No, I'm the dumb. I don't know what it means.
He's like, no, that's not a word.
I didn't say that. I just said I don't know what it means.
Mara, what does that mean?
Having death as a subject or comprising or including a personalized representation of death or dwelling on the gruesome.
Okay. Putana.
Yeah.
Okay. Because of Krishna's having sucked the breast of this witch, Putana, when Krishna killed her, she was immediately freed of all material contamination. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
So we hear about Krishna killing and killing, killing. After a while, you're like, who is this murderous Krishna?
Yeah.
No, you don't understand. Once you add Krishna to your life, everything becomes auspicious and wonderful. Even if Krishna kills, that person's liberated. So when Krishna kills, it is like a blessing. It is not macabre or macabre. Is it macabre or macabre? Macabre. Everybody knows except
I don't know.
Kaustubha.
And well, I think I just learned it.
I think we're both
just
right.
right on the same time you did.
Because of Krishna. Okay. Her sinful reactions automatically vanished.
Karma.
Imagine if all your bad karma could just go away like that. Her sinful reactions automatically vanished. And therefore, when her gigantic body was being burnt, guess what? The smoke emanating from her body was fragrant like a guru. You know what a guru is? That's oud, the incense oud, like the most wonderful scent.
Hit it. Commentary.
Here's a purport on that, a commentary. Such are the effects of Krishna consciousness. If one somehow or other becomes Krishna conscious by applying his senses in the service of the Lord, one is immediately freed from material contamination, right?
Yeah.
Kumi, this is what you're doing here. You've got this so-called job of teaching yoga, but you're actually not really teaching yoga. You're actually connecting people with spirit, right? And in doing so, everything becomes auspicious. If one somehow or other becomes God conscious by applying their senses in the service of the Lord, one's immediately freed from material contamination. This is what we're all trying to do. This is like the magic of life. How can I take what I'm doing and create a bridge to divinity? Maybe it's you make so much money, you just want to give in charity to people who are doing good things. Maybe you actually directly work with people, you know, and you want to assist them with the real goal of life. They're getting connected spiritually. You know, maybe you teach them things that are going to benefit their body and their mind and leading their health towards service to others and service to God. It's going to be different for every one of us. And here's a verse, Srinivatam Svakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. Hearing about these activities of Krishna is the beginning of a purified life. Punya Shravana Kirtana, simply by hearing and chanting, one becomes purified. Therefore, in discharging devotional service, Shravana Kirtana, hearing and chanting, it's so important. Then with purified senses, one begins to render service to the Lord. And this is called bhakti. When Putana was somehow or other directly or indirectly induced to render some service to the Lord by feeding him with her breast, she was immediately purified. So much that when her nasty material body was being burnt to ashes, truthfully, any body being burnt doesn't smell good.
Okay.
You know, just letting you know that.
Thank you.
So much. When
how many have you burned?
Well, when her body burnt, it gave off a fragrance of aguru or oud, the most wonderfully scented herb.
Oh,
Like incense.
nice.
Okay. Putana was always hankering for the blood of human children.
Oh.
What is this sacred literature you're reading? Right?
Yes.
She's a witch. With the desire, and with that desire, she came to kill little Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
But because she offered her breast to the Lord, she achieved the greatest achievement. What then is to be said of those who have natural devotion and affection for Krishna as mothers and who offered him their breast to suck or offered something very dear as a mother offers something to a child? Sometimes we see this in India. We go on pilgrimage, and sometimes these ladies, sometimes very old ladies or sometimes even young girls, they carry a basket And in that basket, they have a little deity of Krishna and a little Krishna, and they just walk around with it like they're carrying a baby. Now, if you're new to this whole thing, that sounds a little kooky. But if you've been around it for a while, you'd be like, oh my God, she's treating like Krishna's needs me. And then she puts Krishna down. Look, Krishna, we're at the temple. Do you want to see? You want to go in front of the altar and see Krishna? Krishna, are you hungry? And they offer something to Krishna. Krishna, let's offer you some flower. I picked this flower for you, Krishna. It seems almost peculiar or tribal but what's happening is you're developing an affection for God within your mind. And that way, wherever you go, like I was on the plane coming out here, and of course, my mind goes to all different directions. As soon as the captain comes on, okay, we're going to be experiencing some turbulence. Please immediately put on your seatbelts. This is when it gets scary when they say, what do they call stewardesses now? All flight attendants, please find your seats. Put your seatbelts on immediately. It's like when they make those flight attendants sit down, it's like this could be it right now. And I go into, okay, time to close my eyes and think of Krishna. And then I go right to, yep, and this is how it ends. This is like who died in the plane crash? You have a Bye Bye Mr. American Pie, that guy. Who's that? Buddy Holly. He dies in a plane crash. John Denver.
Big Bopper.
Who's that?
Yeah, he died with Buddy Holly.
Okay, he died with Buddy Holly. Okay, then there was John Denver. He died in a plane crash. Other famous musicians died.
Blues guitarist Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Stevie Ray Vaughan died in a plane crash, and I'm thinking, Ray Kappa from Shelter died in a plane crash. I was like, you know what? There's worse ways to die. There's torture. You could be tortured. I start going all the horrible ways to die. I was like, this can be pretty easy if I just breathe.
Okay, this is good news.
This is good news. I am taking this macabre incident, and I'm going to turn it into spiritual life. So I start doing my deep breathing. 2 big inhales, long exhale, and just get a picture of sweet Krishna, just like he's like in that little basket, and he's holding a little sweet ball, and I'm offering a little flower. This is all going on in my mind. Everybody else is freaking out or laughing or watching a movie. I'm in deep samadhi when this stuff is happening.
Could the gentleman with the beard in seat 6B please stop breathing so loud?
Breathing strangely. But truthfully, this type of meditation you take with you wherever you go. Times of great joy, times of great distress. This is what we do.
We do.
That's samadhi. That's an even-headedness.
Yeah.
That's what we're in training for.
I was thinking that there's another story that we read back in the 6th canto.
Yes.
It kind of opened up with that story. It opened up with a story of this person, Ajamil.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And he was kind of raised as a brahmana. He was raised as like a really pious.
Good upbringing. Everything was going pretty good.
And then he went downhill.
It happens.
He took up a life very, very, he left his good wife, married a prostitute, became a criminal to support her. It was really,
sometimes this is like, it's not just a storybook. This happens.
Oh, sure it happens.
This happens.
And so he lived this kind of really darker life, and he was on his deathbed. And just as he's about to die, he sees, and this is something that we've talked about before too, right? He sees these like very terrifying beings coming at him. Subtle.
They say that for people who have performed very bad actions in this lifetime, the soul gets taken, because this has got nothing to do with Krishna. This is all within the material realm. Krishna's out playing and enjoying out of this world, but within this world, there's a cause and effect. But even that cause and effect is dominated by persons. Everything of this world, what we consider like elements, are all beings. So even karma is a being. And who administers that karma? Yama. Just like we say in yoga, right? Yama niyama asana. So Yama Raj, he's the king of all the yamas, of all the rules. You break the rules, that's okay, but there's a price for that, right? If I don't want to follow the regular, like for example, you know what? You guys all drive on the right side. I'm driving on the left side. Okay, driving the left side, but there's a price you're going to have to pay. You got oncoming traffic coming right into you right now. There's a reason why we have the rules. So there's rules of nature. You don't want to follow the rules. That's okay, but you got to pay.
Like we're saying, the whole world is a reformatory school in a sense, right?
Yeah, you got to learn. Once you drive on the wrong side of the road, and you get in a horrible accident, most likely you won't do that again.
And so in his case, he had left a good wife, made her suffer, had done so many criminal activities, you know. So the idea was now the world's going to make you pay for that.
You got to
So
get
that you
you're
get
going to get some karma. And hopefully you learn a lesson.
And so these really frightening creatures are coming and to pull his soul right out of his body. And I was going to say that one of our earliest shows, one of the first interviews that we did was with someone that is a hospital chaplain.
Oh yeah, he was one of our first interviews.
And he's like a bhakti yoga hospital chaplain, like a Hindu.
He's a Hindu chaplain, but in a regular hospital.
Yeah.
But sometimes people want a Hindu chaplain.
So he was working at New York Presbyterian Hospital. It's a big hospital.
Yeah.
And there are many different chaplains from all the different faiths.
Right.
And he said he had mentioned these creatures. They're called the Yamadutas in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, these terrifying creatures. And he said that the chaplains from all the other faiths said, oh, yeah, we know about them because they've heard so many people talk about seeing these beings, right?
It's pretty scary, isn't it?
Yeah. So
they also talk about the light in the tunnel. What's that about?
I don't know about the light in the tunnel. But so he's here when Ajamil is dying and these beings are coming to him. His natural, spontaneous kind of cry was to cry for his young son.
Right? Like sometimes we get attracted, especially attached to our little child, because they're the most vulnerable. So his littlest child happened to be named
Narayan.
And Narayan's the name of Lord Vishnu. So instead of saying, oh my God, or holy crap, he just said, Narayan.
So without intentionally calling the name of God, he did. And just by that sound, this text is telling us, right, that the Vishnu Duta means like the messenger, or, you know. So the Yamadutas had come to pull him out, and they were halfway there.
The messengers of Yama came, and they're gruesome, and they're taking the soul to the.
They're like gargoyles or something. They're really,
yeah.
And then he called out Narayan, and suddenly there's these like angelic beings coming.
Beings of light.
And they were more powerful than the dark beings. And they said, you can't take them. Well, why not? Look, we got the whole write up on him, right?
Here's the list. We're checking the list. We're checking it twice.
Yeah. And they said it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He chanted Lord Vishnu's name. That's all that matters.
And they said, well, he wasn't calling Lord Vishnu, he was calling his kid.
That doesn't matter.
It should.
It doesn't. And so it's trying to show like this is the soft heart. Again, looking for any good. Right? Looking for any good. This is that supreme being that's behind everything, behind the powerful beings, behind nature. There's this why is it that we all search for love? It's because we're designed to do it. Why are we designed to do it? Because we're designed to reciprocate with that being who's interested only in love. So if we harden ourselves up to that, we can never fulfill our mission in life. We have to soften up to it. And so this book was like saying again and again in so many different ways, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to open up. Don't let yourself become hardened by your experience in this world. Look at it from another angle and allow all of it to make your heart softer. Because when you get deeper and deeper and you find that source of everything that's behind everything, you're going to be very happy that you did. Right? Don't have no fear of that. Even we get it, that this world has made you feel pain. That people have made you feel pain. Even people that you tried to love or people that you have loved have made you feel pain. This is something different. Don't let that ruin your faith in love. Let it ruin your faith in love that's not divine, right? In what we would call like a lowercase love,
right.
You know? Don't, and recognize the faultiness with that in order to open up to this ultimate divine love. And when you get there, you're going to find someone that's not oppressive, but quite the opposite. Quite the opposite.
Oftentimes, within our own consciousness, we're trying to prove ourselves to people. and therefore we don't allow ourselves type of vulnerability.
Yeah.
And oftentimes we just, I know. Especially if you're like a teenager. Teenagers do this all the time. If you have a teenager, you try to give them some good advice. Hey, you be careful if you're going to no, don't go out alone. Always bring a friend. Oh yeah, don't worry, I got it. Like you don't got it. It's obviously you don't got it. You have no life experience whatsoever. You think everybody's out to like embrace you and hug you. They're not. There's other people out there. You got to be a little careful. Bring a friend. I'm not getting any kickback for this. I just don't want to see you murdered. And so it's one of these things like whenever you say, I know, you can't receive because you already know. So in that same way, that type of vulnerability, like, oh my Lord, please direct me. I don't know what step to take next. What do you think? Please direct me. If a teenager presents themselves in a humble way to their parents, the parents will tell them. If you say, Dad, I want to make a living. What do you think the best way for me to make a living? Dad, I'm going out tonight. Anything I should prepare myself for? What do you think? Do you think it's going to be cool if they prepare themselves in a humble way? But they don't, right? Generally. But if we have that same relationship with God where we think, yeah, I got it all together, I'm fine, I don't need anything, then you can't hear the whisper of the Lord that's trying desperately to give us direction out of this maze of material world. There is a Lord of the heart of everyone trying to speak to us, direct us, guide us like Google Maps. But we've got the volume off because the mind is so loud. The whole yoga system is trying to keep the mind peaceful so we can just hear that whisper of the super soul. But the loudness and the arrogance and the invulnerability
Fear
that we present, wrapped by fear, dominated and led with the ego, we become deaf. And we stay making the same silly choices again and again to protect my ego.
Yeah, so exactly. So this text, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, it was really the author's chance. He had written so many texts, and some of those texts were to bring you to that point where, like, okay, I'm not going to try to enjoy good karma in this world. I've given up on the idea of finding happiness through material things, but I'm going to withdraw, right? And many times people mistake that withdrawn stage as being the highest stage because you've turned your back on everything material. And there is a kind of peace there.
Sure.
But there's also an emptiness there. And over time, it doesn't matter how, it may be a very long time even, but over time, you're going to feel that emptiness. And then you're going to have a choice to either try to fill it up with material happiness again, or to turn to the spiritual, which ultimately means connecting in a personal way, connecting through love. And so this whole text, it was the intention behind the author was that really help us understand that. We see that even like when Vishnu comes, for instance, sometimes he's coming and he's coming to like there's a battle going on, and he's coming really to protect one side and not the other. But when everyone looks at him, he's not angry, he's not upset, he's just got this gentle smile, right? They say this smile is very special, right? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Got some kind of pleasing smile, right? It's not like an overdone smile. It's just like there's some softness in that smile. He's come down like perfect understanding, perfect kindness. He's not judging, I'm for this side and not for that side. He's just, you look at him, and when you look at him, you feel like, oh, okay, right? How sweet. How you can't help but feel softened by that smile. But if we're not open to seeing it, we won't see it. If it's like sometimes the teenager becomes withdrawn, right? Due to some kind of tension, the teenager becomes withdrawn.
Were you like that?
Maybe a little
bit.
And
come here, you.
It's all right. I don't want. I
Soften
can't
up.
be too vulnerable.
Soften up. It's okay. I'm here for you.
Thank you, Raghunath. But it's actually ideally what's happening is between the parent and the child, there's love flowing both ways, right? And the child may not be able to understand. Like in the lower stage, the punishment of the parent, the child perceives it as like an attack.
Sure.
Why are you attacking me this way? Don't you care about me?
Don't lecture me. Right.
Or punish me, like why are they punishing me? Like a little child, like a little spoiled child. They'll even turn to the parent, I hate you. Like you're trying to attack. And the parent's just like, that punishment is just pure benediction. It's like, you don't understand how to cooperate in this world. And you don't understand that the world doesn't revolve around you. And I'm trying to help you understand. I've tried to tell it to you and you won't hear. And you just become more upset and more angry. Now I need to make you feel a little something, that'll turn you around. And for the child, it's like, oh, they're inflicting this pain on me. But from the parent, it's nothing but love. It's entire. But the child can't interpret it that way, And, and then the child may, begin to learn. I need to cooperate. Right? There's a higher power. I need to cooperate with this power, and may live more cooperative with the will of the parents. But they may withdraw. Right? It's like, yeah, but I don't want. They still can't understand that was all love. And the parents are like, okay, you took a step up. You did take a step up. You're not a problem in the home anymore. You've learned how to cooperate with your environment better, but you're very withdrawn. And somehow, let's say that child hears, but hears from like they're not going to be able to hear from the parent.
Sure.
If the parent could try to explain it, they're not. But if it's someone that they have some trust in, like let's say, sometimes we say like the cool uncle or the cool aunt or something like that,
Yeah.
and they're coming and say, no, you misunderstood. When they punished you, they did it for this reason. They did it for that reason. It's all out of love. And they may be able to, it's through hearing that they may be able to get a new vision of that power that exists, right, in the form of the parents, and open up to it. That's what this text is ultimately doing on this broader level. It's saying, there are these yogis that they just want to detach themselves from everything material, but they think love itself is an illusion, right? Relationships themselves cause pain. Form causes pain. So for there to be liberation and freedom from pain and suffering, there must be no form. There must be no relationship, no individuality. All is one. And he's the author of this. Vyasadeva wrote all those texts, and he's thinking people are misunderstanding them and they're becoming withdrawn. I need to reveal more. And so in the Bhagavatam, he's like, okay, this is my last great work here. I'm going to reveal everything to you, and I'm going to try to address your fears. Your fears to be vulnerable to love, your fears to open up to love. I need to again and again and again show you pictures that'll show you just how sweet it is. And so we get stories like that. And this one, we've been waiting to hear about Krishna's life for thousands and thousands and thousands of verses. And now it's just opened up, and on day 5, right, this horrible demoniac, shape-shifting witch comes after him, tries to kill him. And he grants her like this something that like every yogi would be dying for. He gave that to someone who came to kill him. Try to understand. There's nothing to be afraid of here. And just open yourself up. You're welcome. We're out of time.
You're out of time already?
Yeah.
Miss Mary, what did you take
Yeah,
away?
thank
So if you're new to the show, Mara compiles lists of takeaways.
Birthday takeaways.
Birthday takeaways that you can reflect on, keep throughout your course of your day, and in this case, your evening.
Yep.
Okay, Mara.
You're spending your birthday at Raghunath's hardcore punk rock show.
It's
Okay.
not her.
That what you always dream
Not
of?
her ideal birthday.
Not necessarily what I dreamed of per se, but appreciate it.
She's so non-hardcore, isn't she?
I like your shows actually. They're pretty fun.
Do you?
What do you think about all the hardcore people?
They're very sincere. Yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
they are.
I didn't think that description was going to come out of your mouth. Okay. They're sincere.
They are.
Okay.
All right. Good attitude is the best advancement for spiritual life.
Oh, yeah. Good attitude.
Our armor keeps out love.
like that.
Real love and connection happens in vulnerability.
Yeah. Be vulnerable, Kaustubha. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay. Have you been hurt? Have you been hurt?
All the time.
Have you been hurt?
Have you been hurt by Raghunath?
Have you been hurt?
You can't barge in on Krishna.
Can't barge in.
Humility attracts God. Arrogance repels God. Take what you're doing and bridge it to divinity.
Build the bridge.
Hmm.
Don't break down, right? Don't build the wall. Build the bridge.
Break down the walls.
Break down the walls.
Down the wall.
It's my hardcore knowledge right there. We're designed for reciprocating love.
We are designed for reciprocating love. Ooh.
Don't let our past hurts ruin our faith in divine love.
Don't let our past hurts ruin our future fortune.
All right.
Just thought of that. You like that? You keep it. Keep it. From me to you.
Be humble and listen for the whisper of the super soul.
I like that. Whisper. Whisper.
And
Come on, Mara. What's going on there? What's that? Watch out for the witch.
once you had Krishna, even murder becomes auspicious.
Hare Krishna.
Which
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Hey, join us if you're here in the area. Come hang out with me, Kaustubha, and Miss Mara.